And I think we are live.
Hello,
Welcome.
guys.
Hello, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Easter Friday.
Yes.
Thanks for joining. We've got our special guest down below here. Well, at least on my picture, it's down below here, somewhere down here. Warren.
Welcome, Warren.
Hi,
Thanks so much.
guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Like my mom. My mom used to be like, "You." He's my number one son.
It's like if you call me Nicholas, I get like goosebumps because that was only my mother called me that way, and only if I did something wrong, you know. So it's like that's still inside, you know.
Yeah.
Nico, I want to ask the guys a question. When we first come on, guys, do you get an advertisement for the first 20 seconds or something? I just noticed that on my YouTube on my phone. So they missed the first 2 seconds of us chatting away because there was an ad on my phone. I wonder, do you guys get an ad over the first 20 seconds? And in future, we wait for 20 seconds and then we start talking. Let us know.
Yep. And also, wow, the chat is picking up.
No adverts.
Exactly. Let's do a quick round of welcome. I can see Rob Sale in there, my slot brother from the UK.
Hello,
I can see Bo Momo from Germany. Bo, guten Abend.
Hey, Bo. Welcome along.
Hey,
of course, I can see Fox and Wolves from Down Under. I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning with them. So
this is absolutely intercontinental right now.
This is fan-fucking-tastic. Sorry to say so.
You're grounded now. Open your room immediately.
Nico.
We've got Hanola from Sweden. So one of your neighbors, actually, Harry.
Yes, indeed. Welcome along, Anders. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here.
Hey,
that's funny.
Yeah, we've got,
and I'm in Canada.
So I mean, we're international, as good as you can get, I would say. There's Mike G. Welcome, Mike.
Mike, hello, Mike. Welcome along. Fox and Wolves.
Okay, we already scared Warren off. He's leaving.
Yeah, I'm out of here, Warren.
Cheers, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, you need that after half an hour.
I'm gonna have a Crown Royal. I might need it.
Harry, does that make you think, or I mean, it makes me worry. You know, if he first 5 minutes and he already starts with the booze.
I need a drink.
Well, you're coursing and he's drinking alcohol. I mean, it's just going to go down.
This is getting out of hand.
I'm on the caffeine.
What's in that mug, Harry? What's in that mug?
What's my man mug? Is that Canadian for what do you drink?
No, what's in your mug?
Oh, tea. Only tea. I don't drink alcohol.
Okay, no worries.
And I don't drink coffee. I think coffee's...
Coffee's another one, right? Yeah.
Oh, coffee.
Harry, I think you would need to check your DNA. I think you're not Irish. I mean, no alcohol, no coffee. Come on.
No alcohol. Don't like fighting. Don't like football.
Okay.
Not normal. Don't gamble. Yeah, very boring.
No, you're not.
How you doing, Mike? Mike Big Oak just arrived.
Oh, yeah. Big Oak Mike, welcome. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. We have 2 mics today.
Oh, yeah, many mics.
We have 2 mics and we have a Mac. Hello, Mac. Welcome along.
Welcome, Mac. And Easy E just jumped in. Excellent.
Hi. Welcome along. I suppose you guys saw Easy E covering for Eric Wildman the other night. It was great. I didn't see it. I was asleep. It tucked up my bed, possibly. I don't know. But I seen it. I watched it this morning. And it was good fun. It was great fun. Yeah, the guys were chatting away and showing us their little radio-controlled cars and talking slot cars, and it was great. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I have to add that to my weekend watch list.
Yeah, should do. Yeah.
Welcome, Russell. Sorry if I pronounced that right. Pavur Slotcar page. I think he's a first timer. Welcome.
He's saying good morning. Wonder what
He's
part
saying
of the world
good morning. So that's somewhere down under, I would say, in this direction. Let us know.
That direction.
Easy.
You're judging from the North Pole down to you.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wonder has Russell got a YouTube channel, or what is Russell's story? Welcome
I
along.
think we need to check it out later on. Yeah, Russell.
Yeah.
He says yes, so I think he's down under.
Or he has a channel.
He has a channel. Okay.
Or
whatever.
Mom was asking where I'm at. I'm in Harrow, which is right at the bottom of Ontario, where Windsor is. There's Windsor, Detroit, and then I'm about 50 kilometers away from there. I think it's the best of both worlds because I got everything kind of on my doorstep. I got the big city, but I live in a little town. So, and then everybody travels. We're the automotive capital of Canada, so everybody's got cars and we drive around and they come visit.
Excellent.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you see, and Russell just answered, no, not down under, he's Washington State. There you go.
Well, he's down under Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, you're right. Gentlemen, the standard question as an opener, what's on your bench this week? Well, we'll start with the guest. Warren, what's on your bench?
Oh, if I could pick up this camera, it's my bench is a little bit of a disaster at the moment. I have I have so many things on the go. So right back there, let's see, over there, there's a laser. I have a 600 by 900 100-watt laser, and so I can cut buildings, cut foam board, quarter-inch plywood, do all of that stuff, make bridges, and I have done that in the past for myself. But I've been working on that this week. That's kept me busy. Besides regular, things to do with the store, processing orders, shipping, warranty claims. So that's what's been keeping me busy. I think if you're asking in the sense of tuning, I wish I had that kind of time. I've got a lot of projects that I'd like to focus on. You know what I mean? There's always something. And then the thing is, I have a whole garage of secondhand cars that always need something, or tuning, or tires, or you want to
one-to-one car, sorry, or model cars.
Sorry,
is that one-to-one cars? Because if you say you've got a garage full, so that's
no. My garage of slot cars.
Okay.
I have on that table over there. There's a garage of. I have a whole. Like these, and then somebody wants to know, what's a fly Audi drive like? I was like, here you go, try it on the track, and then you can go and drive it, or scale electric BMW. And then
that white car was nice. The Audi, lovely.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Yeah, it's the Quattro.
Yeah, I like that.
2007. This is an anniversary edition or something. I've got one of these from Spain. It's got the Mas slot. Yeah. I had no idea what Mas slot is. I had to Google it, and then it's amazing. It's like a whole magazine, newspaper, website, everything to do with slot cars in Europe and Spain.
Okay, Spanish publication. Super.
Yeah.
Maybe if I may interrupt you for a second, Warren, to explain for those guys who don't actually know you, Warren.
Yeah.
Warren has got a shop. He's one of those really addicts, if I may say so, in the most positive way I can think of.
Yeah.
A slot car addict running a slot car shop.
Yes.
And trying to support his customers as good as possible, trying to gather information wherever he can find it. And when it comes to specialized cars, there you go. Whenever he's on the hunt for specialized or for rare cars, you have Warren in your back, I can tell you.
In North America, anyway.
Down to Europe.
I mean,
down to Europe.
Yeah. Well, that's
sorry.
that's,
Yeah. No, just wanted to tell the others. Yeah. So those are where your most. Yeah.
Sorry, Anders was asking Easy-E, where was that poster cover for Eric Wildman? It was actually on Easy-E's Slotcar channel, Easy-E's channel.
We've got Brad's Slotcar Circuit in the house, and we've got Jamal who just joined in.
Oh, welcome. Welcome,
Jamal. He's a regular now.
Yeah. But get back
to imagine we have people to be called regulars. Can you imagine?
Yeah. To get back to your point, Nico, the
yes.
but I am a Carrera and NSR Revo slot scale auto dealer in Canada. And then so I have a wide selection of cars. There are other dealers in Canada. They seem to just focus on either Carrera or Carrera scale electric. And you know, there's only a couple of us that have a selection. Like honestly, I think I know of 2 others that have multiple brands, that carry multiple brands, and the ones on the East Coast, the other ones in Toronto, and then myself. Everyone else is kind of Carrera centric, and Carrera is a great product. I love Carrera. I am a dealer for it, and so it's a great starting point. So is Scale Electric. It just depends on what you want to do, what your application is, and how you want to grow it. I mean, you know, if you just want to race slot cars and you not interested in the digital aspect of it, you just want to race one-on-one with family members, and maybe you want to do a multi-lane, start with like scale auto track or polycar track or Scale Electric track, or a Carrera Evolution track, and that's the way to go. And that's a great way to get in at the ground level.
Yeah,
where it's not costing you, because you look at the chip prices. The chips are insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You to buy them separate from the car, your best bang for your buck is to buy the car digital right from the get-go.
Yeah, if you have any thoughts at all about going digital, you might as well just jump in digital. If
jump in, and then because Scale Electric they have some sets that are already pre-chipped. You know, if you're going to do that, then go there at the top level.
And the thing is, your digital cars will run perfectly on your analog track, so you can step backwards very easily, you know. And all you do is take away your crossover, take away your power supply, put on your analog power supply, and run your cars. I'm talking about with Carrera, anyway. You know, easy.
And Warren, there's a question for you, Warren, from Hanela. If you have Slot Classic cars as well?
If I have,
from Slot Classic, that's a brand. That's a Spanish brand.
No.
Okay. No. He was just asking, so don't worry.
Slot Classic is a brand, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a brand. Yeah, it's a Spanish brand as far as I remember.
Yeah. Hobby Classic has got those. If you're looking for something in particular, Hobby Classic. I think Electric Dreams has some too, because Electric Dreams carries everything as well.
Yeah. But I think Hanela was just asking because he's never seen any of those cars. So yeah. That was just his.
I was watching one of Travis's videos.
Yeah.
And he was doing a review of this Japanese car. I looked it up, and they only made it for a couple months. I'm trying to remember the name of it now, but it was a nice looking car, and it was like the Japanese drift cars. You know what I mean? It was like a Mazda.
Was it Slot G or something?
Yeah, G Slot. G Slot.
Yeah,
I've got one.
Yeah, and it looked like.
Sorry, go ahead, Warren.
Yeah, so they were only made for a couple of months and then they're gone. It's the same with oh gosh, I should know. It's on the tip of my tongue. Vanquish, right?
Well, they were around for quite a while. Well, for like a year or something. Yeah.
Do you know Tony from Tony Droney channel is going to Japan soon? If I have this correct, he's going to Japan soon, and he's actually hoping to fly some of those particular slot cars in Japan. That'd be pretty amazing.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd. Metal.
Oh,
Okay.
metal.
So my
Thank you.
workbench. No, Harry, your workbench. Sorry, Harry, your workbench.
While Warren was chatting away there, I was grabbing things from my workbench. I've got a pen. I've got a screwdriver and some glue.
What's that?
I've been busy making videos. I was doing the crash video with Doug's car, the car that Doug sent me the last day or two. So I also have this on the bench. This is an SCX 143rd car. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come back to that later. Okay. So remind me about that later.
Okay.
I will.
On my bench. Otherwise, I'm busy doing video at the moment. So.
Well, you're doing RC videos a lot, I noticed.
But you know, I'm doing a mix of everything. So I have a load of RC videos built up, so I had to move them from the other channel back to this one. And my phone was full up, and I had no room on my phone, so I had to push them out there. And I knew people would say, "Oh, he's only doing RC now." Well, absolutely not. No, I'm still doing my slot car stuff. I'm absolutely loving the crash videos, and I'm having great fun with them. So no, I ain't going nowhere. I have that Ford track out in the garage, and I'll tell you what, even if I wanted to get out of it, I couldn't sell it in Latvia. Nobody would buy it, so I'm stuck with it anyway.
I don't think anyone's going to make you pick a side. They're not going to be like, stay in your lane, Harry. You got to choose cars or RC.
And then I'll start doing model railways or something, and I really messed their heads up.
You moved out of your mom's years ago. You're fine. You do what you want.
So, guys and girls, in case you didn't know why we put on Warren, his sense of humor just fits perfectly into ours, which we've already seen many times on Discord. Well, I have, and Harry has as well. So, yeah.
I see what Bo was saying. My bench is a mess. Yeah, that's my bench is like that. I'm just going around and looking for something to show, and I've all sorts of crap all over the bench. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you mine because I hardly find a workspace to put a 1-32 car on. You know.
What have you on the bench at the moment that you can show us?
Actually, nothing. Aside from helping others setting up their car, like Hanola, with a long distance consultancy on how to bring his car back to not deslotting at better times, which seemed to have helped. That's why I put it up again.
Isn't that very convenient that he's blaming Anders for the fact that he has nothing on the bench to show us? I mean, at least I had a screwdriver and some glue.
I'm not blaming him, not at all. No, I have to admit, I've got the YouTube blues this week, which means I've got a list full of topics I would like to cover. And when I look at the list, I go like, nah, too much effort. Next one, nah, too boring for the rest of the community. Nah, done that again. So it's like, I don't feel like it. I have to admit. So this week is like, I've been lazy. Completely lazy. Yeah.
And I have a couple of envelopes on my bench. They're obviously stickers. We'll open them later. Can we ask Warren some questions now?
Oh, I have my letter from Fox and Walls with the sticker, and they give me a hard time because I haven't opened it because I want to do a video. I just haven't had an opportunity to do it. So
yeah,
it's on my desk. It will be open soon. Hopefully this weekend. They're at this point, they're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Puppies, hello. Welcome in.
Welcome, puppies.
And Todd, I never individually said hello to Todd. Hi, Todd. Hi, Todd.
All good. Puppies, which is a very refreshing channel, I would say. Very new. They're doing a lot of life racing, mostly family internally, which means a lot of banter. So go and check out their channel if you want to. It's big fun.
Yeah.
We've
Watch.
Welcome HSF. Welcome along.
Watched them the other night.
Did you? What? Did you like it?
Joe, yeah, it was fun. They're new in the hobby, so they're figuring it out, and then it was fun to watch. Joe was acting as the professor, giving them lots of advice.
I see Anders has put up a post as well the other day of one of his cars, and he's setting it up and oiling it and everything, and the track's looking good. So Anders is at that place in the hobby where it's so exciting. You've just got a track built and you're looking for different cars, and I think Anders is away stateside soon as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody's going on tour. Sounds like, huh?
Yeah. They need an Audi R8. They were trying to figure out which is they were doing heads up races between their cars to figure out. But they had Audi was not represented. They need an Audi R8. So, and it was really cute. They have their own names for their cars, like Red Dragon and Bluey and.
All right.
It was fun. Yeah. It's like, here's us. We're like AMG GT3 DTM. It's like we're like, no, that's Bluey.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That gets difficult maybe when you get to the stage where you have a couple of 100 cars and they all have different names.
You start remembering all their nicknames.
I mean, some people can't remember the kids' names if they have 6 or 7 kids. They're like, which one is that?
Yeah.
I guess that's only Latvia. No. I guess that's
Hello,
only
Daddy.
Latvia.
Hello, Daddy. Do I know you?
Who are you? Warren, I'll start with the questions. I'll just drop them in as they come. Do you have a favorite?
I get to ask one back.
Okay, I know. Do you have a favorite slot car? What's your personal favorite slot car and why?
My personal favorite slot car is
the one you like most.
On it, like if I get downtime and I just want to drive and just stare at my car, and it's because it brings back memories. Is a Porsche 908, a Fly that I have.
Okay.
And it's sitting over there on the table. Here, 1 second.
So there you go, Hannela. You even get to know the order numbers if you're asking in our chat. There you go. Bo has got them. You still there, Harry?
Yeah, I'm just messing.
Okay, sorry. I thought your pictures.
Yeah. You asked Warden one of my questions. That's not fair. We don't consult each other about the questions, and this sometimes happens. We have to change our questions.
Okay, guys, I'm out.
I can't find it right now, but it's.
Don't worry.
It's somewhere nearby. It's a 908. It's a 908 Martini. Yeah. The reason being is that I got that car in 1999. Ooh. And before that, I used to race only scale electric, and then I got these Flies, and I just loved them. So I was a big Fly fan. And then my other favorite is this one, Panos.
Oh yeah, front motor.
Also a Fly, because I thought these guys were amazing when they were racing in the LM series.
Yeah,
they were race. It was Gunnar, Jeanette, and all of them racing against the big guys. Different technology. Engine was in the front, where everyone else was mid-engine. So it's just a wild car. It was like a slingshot, right? Neat car.
Absolutely.
And the motor's in the front, right by the guide on these. So they handle differently. My other favorite, besides the 908, I could just drive the 908 and watch it go around. I think because it triggers my memories. From back, it was good times back then before all the complications of today.
Oh, that's a Mercedes, isn't it?
Mercedes is Slothead C9.
Oh yeah.
These I have 3 or 4 of these, and I don't know. This one's my favorite. This one is my track car. The others are still in the box. This one I've done. It's just tires I've done to it, and the guide, just basically, reprofile the front of the guide, and that's really it. Great car, fun car. After that, Scale Electric Escort. I just got this recently from secondhand, but this is a fun car to drive. It's a really fun car.
That's
super
nice.
fun.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice car.
So I've got the other Scale Electric Escorts coming now because they just re-released them. There's a couple. There's two or three. And then besides that, then any of the Porsche RSRs, Carreras.
Of course. Yeah.
Because they so out of the box, just fun cars to drive.
But for me, anything looks good in a Golf livery.
Yeah, and it's Golf too, right?
Yeah, I just love the Golf livery.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually the first ones to go is Golf. Like you can look, if I see cars come out, I try and get them as soon as I can with Golf livery. Jägermeister. Do I have to roll my R? Jager, or the G?
I know what you mean. I know what.
What do I say? Do I have to say Jägermeister?
Jägermeister, but it's all good.
Okay.
I still can't
we'll practice when I'm in your shop, Warren.
Yes, you got to come visit. So I should have probably just stopped on the first go around. I probably offended some people out there. They're like, will he stop saying Jägermeister?
I remember I was reviewing the M1 in that color scheme, that livery, the Urge livery, and I haven't a clue to say that name. I was like, whatever that alcohol is, I don't know.
Like, the shots.
So Harry, because I stole your one of your questions, you can go ahead with two now. Two questions.
I changed my question slightly. So Warren, what is your favorite slot car company? What brand do you prefer personally? Is there a particular brand that makes you feel very good?
No. It's like asking me how to choose my favorite redhead.
That'd be easy for me.
How do you can't put me on the spot like that? like
okay, I'll just write that down as a refusal. Hold on.
He's allowed to use one joker, okay? He's used it now.
Yeah, that's a joker. Okay, Warren, I'll ask you a second question, then we go back to Nico. This is easy. Unless you're hiding something in the garage. What is your real car? What do you drive?
My real car is a Ford F-150.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, Ford F-150 double cab, but it's I got the EcoBoost. Everybody goes with the Coyotes, and then they put superchargers on them and everything. I've just got a turbo EcoBoost twin turbo. It's got the same motor as the Raptor, the 3.6 twin turbo.
Okay.
So
I've got the Ford F-150 in the Traxxas RC car, so I love the Ford F-150 body style. Yeah. Amazing. Lovely. Nice choice. Don't mention anything about the sports cars in the garage. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
Cool stuff, Warren. Over to you, Nico.
What do you like most in your job being a slot car dealer, Warren?
Meeting people. Mostly meeting people. Pressing the flesh. Like when I first started, I was just going to little shows. I had the travel track. I'd take a track, set it up on, those the party tables. Put the party tables up. Had two 4x8 boards. Then I'd cover them and then put the track on top. And then I made something more conducive to traveling, where I actually screwed down the track and had sections. So I'd had a modular track, and so I'd put that together. And then I was doing parties and car shows, and slowly I grew it that way. And then reaching out to the community.
You're doing. Sorry to interrupting. You're doing it the other way around, like I don't know, Rahul or Massimo, who's just went into that type of event thing, or putting up tracks for events or shows. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's how I started 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go on my Facebook, there's videos where I was doing bachelor parties and car shows and toy shows. So I would take the track and go to the show, and then just chat to people. And everybody would always say, "Oh my God, my dad had this," or "My uncle had it," or our family at Christmas we would set up a track, and then we always loved it. And then so it's rekindling that, and I got lots of customers because of that they would then come in and get a track, start over, they'd get the accessories, and then they call me up for tuning advice or help, or I send them links. And my phone's forever dinging. My wife knows I'm not having an affair. She knows it's just Slotcars. So it's like ding ding.
It'd be cheaper to have an affair than have Slotcars.
Probably. I don't know. Well, it depends on the divorce, how expensive that could be.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going down that. No.
Yeah, don't go down there.
Move on.
Next.
Yeah.
Warren, an easy one, maybe. What's your own personal favorite scale in Slotcar?
My own personal favorite scale?
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird one. Well, not a weird question. It's a good question. If I could go, you can't. Like, it's hard because I like them all. I started with Ho when we were kids. I started with an AFX set, so I started with Ho cars, and then I just didn't want to get into Ho now because I've got this. I'm trying to focus on this. Maybe later on, I'll do that too. But the 164 cars, like you got to think in practical senses. Like, what kind of space do you have? If you had a limited space, go 164. If you've got a little bit more space, go 143. If you've got, and then again, as your space increases, you can go 132, 124. What's nice is with the scale auto track and polycar and your Carrera track, you can run both scales. You can run 132, 124 because there's enough border edges, there's enough space between the cars that they don't rub.
And 143 as well.
And 143, that's what I just wanted to say. And even the HO cars, if you do a slight adjustment, you can run on that Carrera track. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that I know. There's lots of guys out there that have done the tuning, changed the guides, etc., and the your contacts, and they're running it on 132.
Yeah.
They've gone the other way, right? But it's. If I had to choose one, then does that mean
if someone said to you, you can only choose one scale and the others you can never ride them again, what's your scale? There you go.
I'll tell them they're not my friend. That's it. I'm cutting you off. We're done now.
The thing is, there's a huge HO following sort of stateside, isn't there? I mean, HO was huge over there. It still is. Like, it's very where it didn't seem to catch over my way, like England, Ireland. It was 132 Sky Electrics, which was the thing, really. There was AFX. We had AFX, but nowhere near as popular. And AFX was just looked at as a Christmas stuff for kids, really. They hadn't got that huge hobby following that they have stateside, clubs and everything. They never had that really in Ireland.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. Like here in Canada, we've got. I'm trying to remember the name of them. There's two brands. Well, there's two brands that are like commercial.
Outer World?
No. We've got Auto World. No, it's 132 cars. They're 132. And the life of me, I should remember this. But it's they sell them at Canadian Tire. Our Canadian Tire is like our hardware everything store. So and especially at Christmas, they come out with all these cars and these sets. And then people buy them, but they gets them into the hobby. But the cars are not very well detailed, but they're robust. So and the price point is you're at a 143 scale, you're at less than $100 or just over $100 for a set. So it's really getting somebody in.
Yeah, no, the 143rd, I like the F1 cars in the 143rd scale. I like the Carrera F1 cars. And I run them on the 132 track, and they're great fun.
Yeah.
They are.
And they're on budget. They're like €20, so they really are on budget. In the modern world, if you still want to buy some cars, you can't afford the bigger scales. even if you have the bigger track, go and get some SCX compacts or some Carrera Goals.
Yeah. Well, that was the question I was going to. You just answered that, Harry. I was going to ask you that question. How do you balance the hobby's costs, in upgrading cars and tracks and systems, while keeping it within budget?
Well, for me, I haven't been buying cars recently because the cost they went up too much recently, and they're going to go up more depending on what happens in the world. But I mean, I was into BRMs, and now a lot of BRMs were 127 in euros in Europe, and now a lot of BRMs are 149. It's like 150 quid for a slot car, and I was like,
yeah.
So I've got about 10 BRMs, and then I stopped. I said, right, I can't afford that anymore. So I'm looking, and I was always analog with Carrera because I don't do digital. So analog Carrera is still a reasonable price, and Sky Electrics are reasonable, but they're going up there. But they're reasonable, but they are moving on up a bit. So, but I like 143rd in the Formula One cars. I like not the SCX, the Carrera Goals. But at the moment with my videos, I'm doing these crash videos where I get the guys to send me old faulty, cars that might have no wing or no mirrors, and then I do my videos crashing them, and I try and make them as different each time as possible. So that's what's keeping me going. So I don't have to be buying the cars. I got a load of mugs printed, so I spent my money on the mugs and the postage, But otherwise, I haven't bought. I'm going to buy the Sky Electrics Volvo when it comes out because I just think it's an amazing, beautiful car.
The Tom Watkins racing the station wagon.
Yeah, the station
exactly.
Fabulous. British Touring Car Championship car. Yeah, I'd love to get that. So I will get that. But my budget for new cars this year, I'm only going to buy about 3, possibly.
Yeah. When that car, that was like the trolling, before trolling was a thing, right? It's like, we're going to go racing with a station wagon.
Yeah, that was brilliant. When they arrived at the British Touring Car Championship with the station wagon, everyone was like, what the hell? And I remember I was way younger.
Everybody was pointing fingers on them and laughing,
Yeah.
Till that with the first laps, everybody was going like, because they did an excellent job of setting up that car. I mean, they kicked ass.
I've been a biker all my life, and bikers, especially in the UK, have a general hatred for Volvo drivers for various reasons, So it was funny, me being a biker and loving the Volvos in the Touring Car Championship, The lads are like, what are you doing, Harry? Why are you cheering for Volvos? I was like, they're beautiful. They're fantastic.
Yeah. The story the story I read years ago, what happened was the Tom Walkinshaw, they organized Tom Walkinshaw Racing to build their race car, and asked them to send the bodies over, and the factory was running station wagons that week. So they were just like, they got the work order, and they're like, send 7 bodies to Tom Walkinshaw Racing. Okay. And they just shipped them off, and they got there, and the guys were like, okay, well, this is what they want us to work with. And so it was like a mistake. That worked out.
They're great fun. I'd love to even buy, a slightly older Volvo and paint it up and put the fat wheels on it just to look like those. I think it'd look fabulous, because Volvo's a very popular car here in Latvia.
Yeah, my friend's got the T5R in black, and then he's done all kinds of tuning to it and dropped it and stanced it beautifully. It's mad.
It's a different, it's nice when I suppose when the custom car scene, you see loads of Toyotas and you see Japanese cars, and then someone arrives in a lowered, wide Volvo with a mad engine. They're like, that's different. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys, asking both now, what did you guys think of that AI? I don't want to say article or what we found out. I tripped over it myself. It was borrowed when I first found out the AI statement when you put in Slotcar racing into the artificial intelligence, what it tells you. I don't know. Have you read it? Have you seen it?
Oh, I did see I saw the article. Yes, where it's like it's saying that there's a resurgence in it's making a comeback, and there's a resurgence. And that was interesting. I think so. Everything was going great. I don't want to talk politics until this tariff thing, and I think it's put everything in a holding pattern. And everyone else is discussing it at ad nauseum. So we don't want to go on about that. But literally, there's a pause on the everything though, as far as the markets right now. I don't think anybody.
It's not a big game that we're not. Me and Nick have decided on the channel we ain't going to get drawn into that. It's just a big silly game, and it's just there's too much. There's too many arguments and arguing, and people getting upset about it. So I never talk about it. But again, back to Nick's thing about the AI thing. Yeah, I suppose AI is only telling us what we already knew. The artificial intelligence is telling us what our own intelligence had already told us. I mean, it does seem to be coming back slowly, but now this silliness at the moment might put a little bit of a stop to a certain degree on things. But I think it will pass, hopefully.
To my thoughts on that. It shouldn't, because there's lots of inventory, as you can see. Look.
Yeah.
These are now. This is all in Canada already, so there's not. You know, what I mean, the prices are still the same.
Yeah.
And everything, like all of the dealers that I talk to in the States, because I do have relationships with them. They are the same boat. They have when we start ordering, we're ordering. You know, it's like when Mr. Slotcar says he's going to bring out his new cars. We're putting orders in on those, and we're saying, okay, it's pre-orders, or you're ordering it up front, and so once it lands and you have a price, you're guaranteed that you're going to purchase X amount. We're not going to talk numbers.
Yeah, you get it, but you're getting ahead of the game, so you can keep going at a good price.
It's the same with Carrera. I can order. I still have stuff has not been delivered since 2024 from Carrera.
Oh.
I can order, I'm team everything on the catalog, and whether I get it or not is a different story, because it might not come here. They might sell out. They might cut back production. They might decide to drop it. One of the cars that I was disappointed about was the Amanthi Racing Porsche, the yellow and green. And I was so excited when I saw that. I was like, because I have the other Manthis. So, and then they're like, nope, not happening. So
that was some kind of licensing problem then in the end. That's what the half official terms were. Yeah.
And Marco was alluding to that last week as well. That exactly you order, and you have to order ahead. So we're like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months as our ordering points for the rest of the year. Like in August, you're ordering for Christmas.
Yep.
And so effectively, it's just put a damper on everything, but we still have stock levels in the system. How long would it take to drain that? Who knows?
Wait and see.
Exactly.
It's everybody going to go out and buy tons of slot cars, because all the dealers carry. What did he say? 700. He had 75,000 cars.
Yep.
That's. I'm just a little guy. I'm a little compared to but those guys are carrying inventory levels like that. They're carrying millions and millions. The joke he had a joke there. It's like, how do you get $1 million in slot cars? You buy 2 million. It's like, how do you sell $1 million? How do you sell $1 million in slot cars? You buy $2 million of slot cars, and then you can sell $1 million. You know what I mean? So
you're left with a load, but you can slowly. And as he was saying, even the ones they're left with, I mean, eventually they'll become sort of collectible. People might want them ones that they can't get anymore, and they might say, "We've a box of them up in the back room there," and if the price is right. So
I'll just cut down on Bo. Bo, we agreed on not going down that tariff discussion. I'm sure, of course, Warren already mentioned it, that it does affect his business when ordering now. So I would kindly ask all of you guys to keep that out of the questions just we agreed on that beforehand because this
Yeah.
will get us in endless
Yeah.
discussions and will get us nowhere.
Yeah.
We're trying to focus on the hobby. If you agree, we'll try and focus on the hobby itself. So both forgive us if we don't answer that question right away.
Yeah, and we've yes, thanks, Nico. And Nico's already sworn once this on this show.
He'd have his band. We're gone now.
I should do like Pete. I should like drop, like €1 for every time I swear on the channel.
Yeah, that's what Ting said. You need a swear jar.
Yeah.
Walls was like, "Where's your swear jar?"
Pete on Track Fans TV has a swear jar, but it's funny. Last week he knew he was going to swear, so he got the jar out first, and he put the money in. Then he went right now, and he's
got a credit.
I'm going for it.
He was running from a credit. I paid for this.
No worries, Bo. No worries.
Oh, we're just we just said we won't because we just decided, and I know it's a topic, but it's a topic we want to buy. There's other channels doing it, we let them do it.
Exactly. We're here for the hobby and we're here for the fun. So try and keep politics out. Sorry.
And my question for Warren, my next question, considering we're trying to keep it based on the Slotcar hobby, Warren.
Yeah.
What's your other hobbies?
My other hobbies?
Yeah, do you have another hobby besides Slotcar?
Oh Lord, I have too many hobbies. I have. I do. The thing is, I can't. I sail remote control sailboats, and I used to sail them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. I went to the internationals as well. The nationals. I used to go over to Detroit all the time and sail with the guys in Detroit because they were really organized. We have a club here in Windsor, and I actually have I could share the link. But we have a sailing club, a small sailing club. We sail 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
and we sail different classes. My
What
boat.
do you sail? Do you sail IOMs or what do you sail?
All
Or
different
lasers?
classes. Yes, IOMs in Detroit. Solings and then US 1 meter. US 1 meter is an open class, and then we sail RG65s and RG65 DF65 are a European class, and then my one boat is the European Championship boat. I bought it from Peter Volphorst in Holland. And then I brought it here and I raced it here and I won with it. It was a great boat. It's like I call it. It's like a Ferrari. It's super light. It's so light. It's literally see-through. And then
I only know about it. I've got an IOM myself. I never did race it.
Really?
I've got an IOM boat as well, and I've got a laser, an RC laser as well.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, long time ago, very long time ago, I had a laser. Actually, I was sailing actively a laser.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry.
What hull design do you have? Sorry, can I ask what hull design is it? Your IOM?
I've got no idea. It's wooden. I bought it off a guy who retired and nearly like gave it away for low budget, and I was so happy to have it. We'll talk afterwards.
Okay. Well, so that's my one hobby, and then RC stuff. But RC is I fly my planes. I have planes and helicopters. Excellent. And I started with drones back in 2008. But then back then, like there wasn't commercial stuff. You'd have to buy the flight board. You'd basically solder everything up, get your motors, and they once the brushless motors started becoming more available, and then the prices slowly came down because back then, like even because you needed the lightweight batteries, you couldn't, your lithium polymer batteries were like in the hundreds of dollars when that transition from NiCad to LiPoly, or there was something in between. What was in between there, Harry? You had NiCad batteries, then was it nickel metal hydride? No, nickel metal. There was a battery in between, and then you went Li-ion or Life.
We
Like,
did the nymph, what do they call it? NIH.
anyway, there was that transition, right? Because you had that old technology, the big heavy packs, solid with they were all welded together and then wrapped.
Yeah.
And then you went to your lighter polymer packs.
And I remember our chargers. We had a. Sorry, I just want to say, Rob was going. Rob sent me something. I wanted to do an unboxing. I'll do this before the show ends, Rob. And this is an unboxing I wanted to do. Rob sent me, and I was going to do it, so I'll do it later on. So thanks, Rob. And I'm sorry you couldn't stay with us longer, but we'll catch us up later, and you'll see me doing the unboxing. Warren, yeah, that's fabulous. I remember we had the old clockwork chargers. You click it for like 20 minutes, and it clicks down like a roundy thing. And you connect it. I remember going to race minis, circuit racer minis, Marday minis. And I was about 18 years old, and I had a car battery slung on a bag on the crossbar of my bicycle. And I used to cycle down with knees banging off this car battery, and it was great fun. Absolutely brilliant fun. That's when I first got into it.
That's wild. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's when I first got into radio control cars.
So you see, guys, without even knowing it, we have the same side hobbies, or nearly the same side hobbies.
And I was in the boat club. I was in the radio control boat club as well. And some of the guys used to do sailboats. I used to do little launches and tugboats and stuff, So
nice.
And I also I tried flying. I got a flyboy. It was a trainer aircraft, the balsa wood trainer aircraft. I built it, never got around to flying it. Flying is something I'd like to get into again, RC flying. But there's various rules and regulations now in Latvia where you have to get a license, and I have to study that because it's all in Latvian.
Yeah. For a drone or for a drone
not for drone, just for aircraft.
For aircraft, really?
Yeah.
I guess it's still the old Soviet thinking. I guess that's still
there's rules about everything, and I wouldn't mind. Of an abandoned runway about 5 kilometers away from here. There's an abandoned runway sitting in a little town 5 kilometers away. So that's something I'll look at in the future. That's great.
Go down that rabbit hole. It's the technology now is amazing, because I did that. I stopped for like 10 years, and I was flying the 40 scale and 60 scale balsa planes with your big Sato motors on them, and you had to stick start them, or you had the starter and get it going.
My guys would have the little stick, bang the propeller with the stick and get it to fire up. Oh yeah.
I had a Harvard, and it had a big Sato twin in it, and it sounded like a Harley Davidson when you started this thing. It was like
fabulous.
Like revving up. Sounded great. I don't even know what that sounds like on your speakers there. Sorry, guys. And anybody wearing headphones, I apologize in advance.
That was an interesting question.
Coming back to slot cars, when did you actually start with slot cars, Warren?
Start back in during COVID.
Okay, during COVID. So AI was right in your term then?
Yeah.
During COVID, you came back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't read
Can't read. No.
When did you get into slot cars? He's done my question again.
Oh. Yeah, during COVID. But this is I had like I was saying, I've had other hobbies, and so my garage was always full, and I had back in 2003, I'd gone to like a yard sale or whatever, and I bought Artin track.
Artin, yes.
Yeah, just because this guy had a lot of it, and I was like, this is great. And then I had my fly car, so I was like, oh, now I got something to drive it. And my other car is a scale electric Porsche 911. That's those are the two cars I started with back in like '99. And then I just had a little track, a little scale electric track, got this Artin track, and I was racing the Artin track. And the Artin track I could put all over the house. I could go from one side of the basement to the other, around back and forth, and we'd play with it, and the kids would play with it. But it was always a hassle to set it up, take it down, set it up, then try to leave it up for a week. and then the wife, without the, the wife's like, when are you gonna take this track down? When are you gonna take, like, when are you gonna clean up here? Like, and I know this is a hint to get a bigger house, right?
Or change the wife, keep the slot cars and get rid of the wife, maybe.
Well, I wanted my own space, and then that never materialized. I didn't. So I had it in the garage, and I had it up top, and we had a contractor come in to change the garage door, and it was on top of one of the shelves, and he saw it, and he was like, "Oh, I usually, the same thing. Oh, me and my dad used to race or something," and she's like, "Well, go take it." She gave it away.
Oh,
then,
no.
Wait, I didn't know. I had no idea because I had boats, planes, cars, and I collect die-cast. So I have a pretty decent die-cast collection, Hot Wheels. It was cheaper than everybody going to the, back in the day when I was finished work, all the guys would want to go to the bar or go to, go somewhere else, go to the club. I would not. I would go home. And then in the mornings, I'd go shopping with the family and the kids, and we'd go to Zellers, which is like Sears over here. It was Zellers. And they had, it was like Walmart. They had Hot Wheels, so I'd buy Hot Wheels. And if they had Hot Wheels on sale, I'd buy Hot Wheels. When they started carrying the Maestros, do you remember these?
Oh, yeah.
Like the big...
The French ones? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the highly detailed yachts, they're amazing. Yeah.
The 118s. So I bought all these. And then, because they had Ferraris, Lamborghinis, the Porsches, the GT1s, and everything else. Just trying to find a place to put this. So I would buy those. But anyway, get back to my story. Some months went by, and then I was like, it was raining, or we were snowed in or something. And I was like, oh, let me go race my track. So set the track up in the garage, and then I couldn't find it. I'm looking, I'm asking her. I was like, "Where's my track?" She's like, "I gave it away." Oh, I honestly, I think I was the longest we ever didn't talk. I was that upset. It was a weird thing. It was just because she'd given my track away. I was like,
yeah.
Like, don't you dare, like, I'm looking around the garage. What else did she give away? So, but anyway, she gave it away, and then I sent them the link to this video, so I got to be careful what I say. Family might be watching.
I think this is. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going back to the story. So so that I didn't have a track, and then then COVID struck, and then I was looking for something to do, and I was like, go back into slot cars, because I've got cars, I need a track. Then I started doing research, and that's the wildest thing. I didn't know about Carrera, and Carrera had existed throughout that whole timeline when I was in Africa, when I was in the States or in Canada, and for whatever reason, the hobby shops that I frequented didn't have it. They had Fly, they had Scale Electric, Slothead,
probably SCX maybe.
Yeah, and SCX, because I have older SCX cars, but they didn't have Carrera. I don't know why they didn't have the Carrera.
But we were the same in Ireland, Warren. We had Scale Electrics. We had a friend who used to go to Spain. He'd bring home Ninko and Fly SCX.
Ninko. Yeah.
We never heard of Carrera.
Yeah.
Never heard of Carrera. I only heard about Carrera when I got back into slot cars a year ago.
Yeah. Well, that's what I found out in 2020.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's another brand here. It's German. I was like,
oh, it's Austrian. Now it's Austrian. Oh, it used to be Austrian. No, that's what I wanted to say. Well, it was the same thing here, just the other way around. Nobody would talk of like slot cars talking in German. They would all go like, "Do you have a Carrera track?" It's the same like in Ireland or in UK. Like, "Do you have a Skeletric track?" Yeah. Nobody would say slot car track. Everybody would go like,
the brand.
Every car is called the Scale Electrics. No matter what car in Ireland or England, if someone isn't into the hobby and you show them, they say, "Oh, that's one of them Scale Electrics cars," and it could be any brand, but they're all. It's like everybody calling the vacuum cleaner a Hoover, which drives me crazy.
Right.
And I'm like, it's not a
brand association.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, companies love that. I mean, I'm sure Carrera loved that people only talked about Carrera, and Sky Electrics was only talked about in the UK and Ireland, usually, you know, for many years.
Did you, by any chance, hear when, I think Rahul talked about it, when he went to the UK last year for the festival, UK Slotcar Festival? He was going with Massimo together on the same flight. And he said, whatever immigration is going to ask, we're not going to talk about stock cars, you know, if they ask like you're coming in for holidays and, you know, things like that. So they came up to this counter and the guy said, well, why do you want to go to the UK? And Rahul said, within an instant, we're going on a stock car show. And the guy was going like, you're going where? You know? And they started to explain and he said, oh, you mean Skeletrix? Why didn't you say it right away? Why do you keep it so complicated? By the way, I've got a track for sale. You want it? That was the immigration officer.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
That was amazing. Guys, we'll do a short commercial break because I promised a guy that I am doing a lot of things with, even on and off, that I'll do a commercial for him, or he sent a commercial, which will show it's just a 30 seconds break. Watch out, guys. We will still be on, so mind what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, we're keep stung.
And here we go. So it's Staff's Wheels.
Nice.
They're doing an amazing job with their wheels. They are doing an amazing job in the UK and in Europe with tools. So whenever you've got an idea, just contact Steve and he's right into it.
Yeah, they have a huge selection of wheels, haven't they? It's amazing. The wheels for everything.
It is amazing. Those wheels are just absolutely great.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
I like Chris Frater does his picture series, and he's usually swapping the tires or the wheels, and it's Staff wheels, and they just look amazing.
Yeah,
they are. So I promised to Steve I would give him the 30 seconds on our show, and he sent me the video right away.
Nice.
So
why not? Absolutely, why not? Guys, can I do my unboxing? I want to get it out of the way, and we continue chatting. Warren, you're going to stay with us, are you?
No, that's fantastic. Go for it.
Okay, I wanted to do this because Rob sent this to me, and you know, and I wanted to open it today. So here's the question, right? I want you guys in the comments to tell me, right? You've a minute, right? What do you think is in the box? You know what I mean? Like, what's in the box? So everybody can only give me one answer per person. So just give me one answer, and whoever gets the correct answer, you have 1 minute. And Nick will keep an eye on the time. Whoever gets the correct answer, I will post the SCX to them free of charge anywhere in the world. Whoever gets if you get the question right. What's in the box before I open it? There you go. Fire away. One answer.
I answered.
Okay. Now whoever gets it right first. No.
You're saying I'm wrong. It's not a rabbit.
Yeah, can you imagine a rabbit? Oh my God! Fox and wolves have got it already. Fox and wolves have got it already. Right, I haven't opened it, but I know what it is because I see it on the label. Rob, you wrote it on the label. Okay, let's open this.
You have to declare it for customs.
Well, you see, the funny thing was, I only said on the show
Mustang.
In Latvia, they don't do chocolate eggs. In Latvia, they do chicken's eggs, and they boil them and they dye them and paint them, and that's what they do for Easter. And I moved here and I'm like, where's the chocolate Easter eggs? Oh, we don't do them. I was like, what? What do you do? What do you do with these chicken eggs? Oh, we break them against each other, and if you break the other person's egg, you win it. And I was thinking, so you're happy to win a boiled egg? Like, come on, get a grip, guys. So I was saying I haven't seen an egg in nearly 10 years. So Rob posted something to me, and on the label he wrote Easter egg. So that's why I know what's in the box.
Well, you know, Rob is still on, and he just mentioned he just put it on for customs. So maybe there is not even.
Oh, actually, yeah. Hold on. Maybe it isn't an egg. Hold on, Fox and Wolf. Listen, have a listen. I hear rattling in there. I think the post office might have thrown this around. Look fragile. I don't know. This might be bits of an Easter egg. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, hold on. It's well wrapped. Oh, excellent stuff. Rob sent me a cool sticker.
Nice.
Oh, super. I'll eat these. I'll keep these to myself. Don't miss. So I got Smarties. I haven't seen the Smarties egg since I was a kid. That's fabulous.
Nice.
2 Smarties eggs, right? What else? And we've got more.
Where did those come from? The UK?
These came from Rob Sale in the UK.
Yeah.
And we have mini eggs.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Cadbury's.
No, they don't do these in Latvia. They don't do. They might have little tiny like Cadbury's cream eggs, but they don't do eggs at Christmas. It's very strange. They do it in Ireland and England. So thank you very much, Rob. I'll so much for my diet this weekend.
That's fantastic.
That's fabulous. Okay, and thank you, Rob. That's amazing. That's Rob from the UK. Rob sells Slotcars. Check him out. And Fox and Wolves, I'll send this card to you guys. Congratulations on getting it right. So that's on its way to you guys. And I have to send the guys a sticker as well. So I'll be sending them a sticker.
There you go. Rob is still on, and he says one each for you and Mrs. Harry.
I know. I honestly, I will. I'll let her know that there's one there for her. There's 3 for me. And oh look, I have. There's my from Australia. I opened that, and I've got stickers off Tony Droney. So there's cool.
That's
More
cool.
stickers from my
They're cool. I've got them,
them
back there as well. And
one envelope left to open, and that's it. Just one more to open, and this one's from the States.
We don't do any advertisements here. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah.
No way.
Thank you. Yes, Light-Tech slots for all your Slotcar needs. We carry Carrera and Scale Auto and
go for it.
And this one here is from
NSR.
This one is from Todd. From Tojo Racing. Yeah, from Todd. Harry Metal, thanks for stickers. Slow to get back to you. Love your work. Keep doing what you do. Todd. And then Todd sent me his own stickers, which is nice. I like the little ones because I can put them on the side of some of my radio controlled cars, which is great.
Oh, nice.
Little Slot Invasion sticker that can go on the side of a radio controlled car.
Metal.
MX69 Racing. I don't know who or what that is, but it's a sticker. I love stickers. Bigger Slot Invasion. Another Tojo, and one from Scott's House of HO Racing. So thank you very much, Todd. Appreciate that. Loads of stickers. And that's great. I sent Todd some stickers before. And now I have a good excuse to get my stickers away with a card to Fox and Wolves. That's about me. Back to you guys. Thank you very much for letting me do that. And thank you, Rob. And thank you, everyone. That's great. Excellent.
Well, still people keep coming in. Hi, Mark. Good to have you. Thanks for joining in. Mark from Slot Journal. Well, yeah. I was just wondering, Warren. So you don't get staff wheels on your side, then, obviously.
Well, yeah, we do, but I don't stock them. I believe Slotcar Corner has them.
Okay.
In the States, I haven't reached out to them. I'm sure it's a matter of if I reached out to them, I could probably stock them too. I basically go with what's in demand, and again, I'm still growing and expanding the business. So it's my guys mostly race Carrera DTM, Carrera GT3 digital. I'm trying to figure out. I have a track that I have the tech slot box on it, set up as a practice track, and then what I wanted to do is I have a 4-lane polycart track. I wanted to put that on a board and have that as a 4-lane with timing. but it would be a smaller footprint because I don't have like a massive amount of space. So it'd be something around 22 feet, probably by 8 feet. I mean, it's still I could put something with a long straight on like a modified 8, or you can do just about anything you want. Maybe put a little some S's in it all the way back down, and then transition over, come back. That's what I'd like to do. My timing is what's been my issue. I just haven't had the time right now. I'm trying to sort that laser out. Keep all of this stuff going. Keep my website up to date, which is becoming
that's
big.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah,
it is. Because you got to upload everything, download it, transfer it across. It's got to go to It's so silly. It has to go to the cloud, and then when you want to get it back, to send it across to the back end of the website, I have to bring it back down, back up. I'm like, why can't it just do everything in space? So that's my I'm going to ask AI that after this. Now that
I've never used the cloud because I haven't a clue how it works. So
I
just have my computer full of photographs.
It's just tedious. It takes a lot of time. So I haven't even put up the 2025 Carrera catalog yet. But again, I wasn't in a rush because we got the first shipment of cars, and as everybody's mentioned, the next batch is on hold. So there's not going to be any. I don't know if there'll be any more cars because that's what it is. So I haven't even put the 2025 releases up, like the Mustangs. I think actually I did put the Mustangs up as a pre-order, but I didn't put quantities in, so you can't actually buy one. If anybody wants that stuff, I'm just letting them reach out to me, and I'm saying, okay, you're going on the list. And then I'll put that order in as soon as I know that there's a container coming, or because we don't know anything. We don't know price. Yeah. We don't know, it's.
And just to say, guys in the chat, I'm sure you all know Warren, but if you don't, if anyone doesn't know Warren, I mean, check Warren out for cars. If you're looking for cars, absolutely check out his website and see what he has. And check out. You'd be surprised, what postage might be okay. It's.
Happy Easter, Poppy. Poppy's leaving.
Okay.
Happy Easter, Poppy.
Thanks, Poppy. Have a great Easter.
Oh, thank you, Tojo. So yeah, thank you, Harry. So I basically have what I have, and then like the. And again, like Nico was saying, I will try my darnest because I have a bunch of collectors and I have a bunch of connections now that I know where there's little like barn finds where there's a guy who he offered to sell me his collection, and it's over $250,000, and I was like, that's how.
Wow. Are you going to buy Rahul's collection?
Huh?
Are you going to buy Rahul's collection?
It's sitting in on the East Coast.
Yeah, that was comedy. Are you going to buy Rahul's?
No, he was a Slotcar dealer, and he's due to health reasons now he's getting out of the business, and so he has inventory plus his own personal collection, which is actually like wall to wall in his home. Wow. Out in with a massive truck.
Amazing.
Yeah, like all the fly cars, all the all Ninko SCX, all the rest of it, and he had Ho cars as well. He sold the Ho cars.
Yeah.
To somebody in the U.S. So
sounds like serious stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like an Aladdin's cave of Slotcar stuff.
What's that?
It's like an Aladdin's cave.
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's a museum. Really, it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So.
And if we may mention, Warren, there is still the 10% code out.
Yes. It's
IR10. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 10% code on. You can use that on the website for most of the purchases, unless something's already on sale. If it's already marked down, it'll actually say it in the title. Sorry, no coupon code is applicable, because I've already marked it down.
Yeah, it's already at a very good price. Yeah, well, that's understandable.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then yeah, like I've just shipped stuff to the States, to all over Canada, and then I've had guys contacting me in South Africa who want cars, and I sent them the shipping, and I was like, look guys, I'd love to send you cars. The issue is the postage there is sporadic at best and not always secure. So I suggested that we only use FedEx, UPS, DHL, and then I sent them what the rates would be based on because they wanted 124 cars per box, and so it could fit 4 cars per box, and it would cost them in my dollars it was $70. So yeah, which to them is 1,000 rand. It's like 16 to 1 exchange rate.
Yeah.
So you know, so I was waiting for them to get back to me, see if they want. Is that worth it? You know, because I said maybe your importers. I know that they've got 100% tax when things come into South Africa.
Okay.
So maybe.
Did you hear? I mean, Australia. I think Tony was saying to me in Australia. They don't tax post or something. You can send anything. They don't care. You know, at the Australian end.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Tony something. I'd say, "What, do I write a gift on it, or do I write?" And Tony said, "Don't worry about it. I won't get charged that an extra for it." Anyway, I was like, "Really?"
Wow.
Yeah. So I could be wrong, but maybe Tony has a special arrangement with his post office.
Maybe they have something like an amount, like I don't know, making a number up now, like anything below $200, you know, in value is not getting custom tax. Or
in Latvia, everything over 1 cent is taxed. You can't get any parcel at all. They want their money, and that's that. You know. So interesting to hear about Australia has that very low tax rate.
Yeah.
Bo's asking for a sticker.
I will send him one. I've got Omar. I have to send Walls. I have to open Walls and Fox's envelope first and make sure I send them stickers. And I'm gonna have to put some candy in there. And I don't know what some kind of peace offering.
Yeah, but don't put chocolate. Don't put chocolate. I was going to send chocolate. I was going to send chocolate to one of the guys, but with the heat in Australia, I was afraid to send candy, chocolate, because I figured they'd just get a blob of chocolate stuck to the bottom of the cup.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe biscuits or something. Like that.
I've done that. I've had Tootsie. I've sent chocolates and Tootsie Rolls to people during the summer, and then I was like, and then they said, "Oh no, it melted." I was like, like,
yeah.
Like, oh, you know, I wasn't thinking. Sitting in the nice air conditioned office when I sent it.
I'm okay with guys in the UK because their weather's kind of not so hot, and we're 27 degrees here today. Very, very hot in Latvia today.
What's your shipping like in Latvia? Is it stable? Like, it's good?
Yeah, but you know what? I've got everything that has been sent to me. But I mean, some stuff is a real hassle. It gets very complicated. I mean, I ordered something off the guys Magnetic Racing. The first time I got it, second time FedEx. You see, FedEx say, "We've got a parcel here from the UK." And I said, "Okay, fair enough. Here's how you can get it." And they sent me a link for the tax office in Latvia. And I have to go into the link and I have to declare the goods myself and I have to enter the invoices and proof of payment. And I have to be my own customs agent to get a parcel from a courier. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely.
You got to be a broker.
And I said to FedEx, I said, "Look, I'm a customs agent. I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to do." Well, that's it. I said, "Well, send it back." You know, I said, "I can't be doing with this." So then I contacted the lads, and Doug was great. Doug said, "Look, we'll sort something out." And I said to Doug, "Just send it snail mail. Just send it with the ordinary post office. And my post office will contact me and they'll say, 'We have a box here. You have to pay some customs. Come down and we'll do it on the computer in the post office.' And job done." So for me, couriers generally are a nightmare. Unless I'm ordering in Europe, then it's a doddle because it just gets delivered to your door with the courier. There's no tax inside Europe. So Nico sent me something, absolutely nothing to be paid, and comes to the door with the courier. You know, but outside, very difficult.
Nico, did you get taxed when you got a package from Canada?
To be honest, it depends on. Usually and basically, yes.
Yeah.
It depends on the guy sitting or getting that parcel in the customs office, looking at it, thinking the value that you put on the custom sticker is reasonable or not, seeing the X-ray image, and then he decides whether, yes, he believes you, or no, I need to declare what's inside, send a bill or an invoice, and
Well,
then it gets complicated. But yeah, that's the way it is. But the good thing, as Harry described, inside European community, you can send anything.
Nice.
And you're not getting tax. You don't have to pay tax or anything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's that's what, like, one of the things that I've had to learn is basically become my own broker, because it just, because the amount of paperwork now with everything is it's time consuming. And so I understand for them, the carriers like FedEx and the rest of them, what they're doing is they're charging you brokerage. They're charging you a flat rate between $29 to $39, and that's to fill out the paperwork, to do the customs declarations and all the rest of it on your packages. So I'm not going to pay them for that. So I pre-clear, and I do my own customs now.
Yeah, you learned how to do it. Yeah,
I had to. Yeah. I'm not going to pay them to do it. And the same things coming to me, I do that, and then get it pre-cleared and pay the duties and the rest of it, the importation, and they issue the certificates and then send it to me.
Yeah, I see the guys are talking about ordering from the UK. Now, I don't want to put anyone off, because like someone said, Pendleslaw have a system. There's a system the UK can arrange with Europe where you pay the tax on when you order. So there is no extra, and your post office will be told tax has been paid via UK. So you can get stuff. And I want to say that the guys in Magnetic Racing make amazing stuff, and they will always sort out what they can. And don't be surprised if you get something extra. They're very good that way, So absolutely, if you're looking for track scenic stuff, Magnetic Racing, their stuff is amazing, and they're lovely to deal with. I've ordered stuff on a Saturday night, and they're chatting to me on a Sunday, and you're thinking it should be a day off, and they're saying, "Oh, we have a pack, we get it away to you," and you're like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So nice.
That's Slotcar dealer life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a small guy like yourself, when something comes in, you got to do. You can't say, "Oh, I'm not working today." You got to get stuck in. And,
Go to church, go to work. No. It's like, I've pulled some Sundays in here. And then that's because Fridays and Saturdays I get a lot of orders. And then
that's when people have the time to look through the website or think of
So I'm not complaining. It's now like a part of my routine, and that way it's out first thing Monday, boom, and it's on its way.
But isn't it funny? I reckon there's loads of people, like, I don't drink, but you get people. I'd be there on a Friday night and I'd be thinking, "Oh, I like that. Oh, maybe I'll buy that." And you're tempted. I need to press the button. You don't. But I'm sure there's guys with a couple of drinks and they're like, "I'll have this and this and this," and send away the order, and then they wake up and they're like, "Oh."
I get alerts on my phone. That somebody's putting, they're shopping or putting their things in the basket, and then you'll see, it's like next thing. I was like, was this guy lost his mind?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm like on pins and needles. Like, is he gonna commit or not? Is he gonna abandon this?
And like, you're probably at 2:00 in the morning on a Saturday night, and this fellow's obviously drinking.
Literally 2:00 in the morning on a Friday night or Saturday night, because I saw it the next morning. And this guy pulled up his basket. He had like $3,000 worth of stuff in his. He never committed. Whoever he is,
I admit, okay.
You're welcome back.
He woke up the next morning and he was like, "Oh God, what did I do?"
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Guys, in case you didn't notice, we've been going on for 1 hour and 25 already.
Yeah.
I mean, time flew.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I'm going red. I'm so hot in this room because if I open the window, the mosquitoes come in, and I'm in a tiny little room with the computer on the TV, and I'm melting. Oh.
I have a question for the two of you.
Okay.
I don't know who wants to answer first. It says, can you share a memorable experience from your Slotcar racing event, or something that stands out in your journey in the hobby?
You want to go first, Harry, or you still need some time to think about it?
Well, what stood out? I had slot cars as a kid, but what stood out? I joined a model railway group because I've done model railways as well. I joined a model railway group, and I was chatting away, and someone mentioned that somebody in the group raced slot cars. And I was like, really? You know, and I'd never been to a group that raced slot cars. And one of the guys said, yeah, go over and talk to Tony over there. And I went over and I said, hi, and blah, 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 you know. And next thing you know, yeah, we meet every week and we race slot cars. We've about 4 or 5 garages in Dublin, and we maybe 4. And we meet in different garages each week and we race. And for me, that was like unbelievable. I was like, oh my God, you know. So my best memory was meeting those guys, going down to meet them for racing with a box full of slot cars, and just spending the night. These were the times just before magnets came in, when the Formula, like Jordan Formula One cars were coming out. When I sort of got out of it, I got, you know, actually I got a bit fed up when at this time they started putting the magnets in all the cars. I love the cars without magnets. So now, of course, I'm going back 40 years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that was great, and then that was it. Then for years, I wasn't doing the hobby, so I'm only back into it a year now. And as you know, disappointment is huge because I've advertised so many times for people to come racing to my track, and not one person has ever come racing from my advertisement. So.
In Latvia. Wow.
No, nobody's come racing. I live in a town of 5,000 people, and in the surrounds there's about 10,000 altogether, and I can't get one person to come to race weekly. Nobody. 4-lane track, big track.
Don't you have like notice boards at clubs or something like?
I was in the local. We don't know. No, they don't put notice boards.
Put a flyer up. Put your phone number on it, and like
come
to the picture of the track.
No, I've never seen notice board in this town ever. They don't have notice boards. They don't do that stuff.
Where does Latvia rate on the International Happiness Index?
They're very serious. Now I have to say
good.
The National Slot Racing Association, Latvia has some world champions on that, and we have a fella called Janis Norberkins. He's one of the best track builders in the world. He builds wood tracks all over the world. And
really?
His track was the track they used for the Italian National Slotcar Race Association World Championship a few months ago. He built that track.
I saw you posted something recently about that. I did see that.
Yeah. So we had some world champions in, but that's the fast slot cars, you know, the wings, the Lexan bodies, and the really they're super fast. But I'm talking about my plastic slot cars, my plastic track. I can't find anybody to come and race those, and it's hugely disappointing. I've said to people, I provide the cars. Cars are free. It costs you nothing. Come and have a night of fun. Nobody, not a sinner has come to me.
Oh wow!
Which is an absolutely shame, because such a beautiful track and nobody there.
Yeah. So, I mean, no wonder I'm getting into the RC cars, because there's an RC club a couple of hours away from me. So at least there is an availability of RC car racing.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I'm like, I carry Tamiya as well. I've got a couple of the things listed on the website. There's a Porsche RSR, just because I like Porsches. But I want to maybe get some more of them, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because that's just to carry another product line. Like I can, because through my distributor I get to Maya anyway.
Yeah, I love their cars. I mean, they're making cars years, and all the classic Tamiya cars, fantastic. Yeah. They have a huge history in our radio control cars.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what when I was a kid, that's all I built. I used to mow lawns, deliver newspapers, wash cars, and all my pocket money I'd go and I mean I remember building the Martini Porsche 935, the 18 it was 118 I think, or 110 scale.
Yeah.
And it was 118 because I'm doing this. 110 would be like that. And I built that car, and it was I just stared at it. It was just a beautiful car. And like I would, back then my eyes were good, so I could paint all the radiators. Then I could do the wash, and I was really into trying making it look as scale as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that car cost me like $40. And if you look at them now, they're like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
For that kit, you know,
probably 400.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it's 10 times was $40 back then in the 80s.
Nico, over to you. I'll let you show what's your big moment.
My brain was rushing, you know. I used to run European Championships in 1 to 32. We had a team, and there was a team boss who was a magician as a technician setting up 32 cars, okay? He lives about 2 hours away from here. And there was a local race going on where you could join in as a team of 2. And he asked me, can you join in? Yeah, okay, no problem. And it was a club that has just started. And it was a lot of those fanatic club guys just knowing their track to, like, they could drive it blind. But if you take them to another track, they would drive like first persons. So we went there, and it was like a 6 hours race or something. And I remember, and this was the first time I really noticed it's up here. We were racing the last stint. It was me doing the last stint, and I had the worst track, like, I don't know, the inside or something.
Yeah.
And one of the locals had the best lane, so like one of the middle lanes. And we were within the same lap. It was give or take, you know. And I was driving the soul out of my body, you know, and I could keep up with him. He couldn't get away. I couldn't overtake him. I couldn't gain an advantage, but I could keep up with him.
Yeah.
And in the middle of that stint, a guy just made a shout. I can't recall what he said. And I saw that controller flying across the room, and he ran out of the room, and that was it. He was done.
Oh, wow.
I was going there like, okay, what's wrong, you know? I was just continuing. And it was just the fact that he couldn't pull away.
Yeah.
Being on the better lane. He just blew
too
it.
Serious.
You know?
Too serious. Yeah.
He went berserk.
Oh, wow.
And I was standing there like, you know, what's wrong?
Some people take it very serious, don't they?
Yes. And to me, it's fun, okay?
It's fun. Even I'm on first or last, I'm enjoying running the car. That's fun.
Exactly. I drive concentrated, yes, but it's up here, you know, so yeah, it's for the fun. Yeah, wow. Bo, you're right. He was a bad loser.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, in the chat, do you have any more questions to us? Because I think we don't want to bore anybody to death, although it's a long weekend or Easter coming up, but we don't want to bore anybody.
Easter, I forgot about my chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Now that you have one,
I have to go get things for the grandkids. Chocolates.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it sure does, Hanola. But on the other hand, driving magless is more fun. By the way, sorry, I have to bring that up. Just as a quick one.
I was gonna say, I was like, Eric, I knew it was coming. Where's Joe?
Where's Joe? Exactly. Where's Joe? I don't know where Joe is.
There you go.
Especially for Joe.
Especially for Joe when he watches. You can look for the comments later. He'll be he'll have something to say.
For sure he will.
Yeah. Eric, thanks for joining us, guys. Please like and subscribe. You know, thank you, Harry and Nico, for having me.
That was great. Thank you
for taking your time and joining us. It was so refreshing, easy, I think we could go on for hours.
We could. I don't know if everyone would appreciate that.
Whenever I make it to Canada, I will try and make it to yours, to your end.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. If you guys can make it here, I have we will take care of you for sure.
Oh Jesus! just give me a controller and a car, and that's it.
Yeah. You know? No, but you got to come visit. I've invited Joe, so Joe, they can come down here.
How far away is Joe from your place?
He's, I think, 8-9 hours.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Just around the corner.
It's only this much on the map, though. If you look at it, it's only that much.
Yeah. But think about we're this much on the map. Hold on, we go off.
Yeah. It's only that far.
Yeah, if you look at the globe, we're just around the corner a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the earth is flat. Right, just forgot that way a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, he's 8-9 hours away. But I said to him, if he comes down here, definitely have he doesn't have to worry about hotel rooms or anything. He's got a place to stay. Good orbit out of here.
Yeah.
So
super.
I missed the Michigan 24-hour was just last weekend, but I missed it because it was my wife's birthday.
Yeah.
So
I saw it on YouTube. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It wasn't a chance for me to go over there.
Yeah. I hope he's
that's
done
what's
something
nice
like
having
that.
everything close by, because they do have a lot of events over there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, like the NSR regionals last time. Remember when I went? Well, then I lost my phone as soon as I walked up to Marty. Like my signal went.
There you go. If Mike shows up, he'll sleep under your track then.
Okay. Yeah, there's boxes of cards under my track, but we can make a spot. I got air mattresses.
Dangerous.
You can camp out here. So.
Okay. Well, thank you very much again. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us, who stayed with us, who listened to us. I wish you all a happy Easter. Enjoy your holidays. And hope to see you back soon when we're doing our next live with the Slothead crew.
Yeah. Thank you guys again for having me.
Thank you, Arno. We definitely like to get you back on again.
That'd be fantastic.
Absolutely.
We'll do that in the future. And all the best for the weekend. You guys, everybody have a wonderful weekend, and enjoy the good things.
Okay. Absolutely.
Happy
all right,
Easter.
Guys.
All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.